Do you know that your body right now, at this very moment, is already sending you messages about how much healthy life you may have ahead of you? Most people over 70 ignore these messages. They brush them off as normal aging. They say to themselves, "Oh, that is just what happens when you get older." But the truth is, some of these changes are warnings. And the difference between the people who live long, strong, healthy lives well into their 80s and 90s, and the ones who decline quickly, often comes down to how early they paid attention. My name doesn't matter. What matters is this: I have spent years studying the patterns of aging, the research from doctors and scientists, and the real stories of people who have lived through their 70s, 80s, and beyond. And today, I want to share with you 6 silent signs your body gives you after the age of 70. These are not scary things. They are not meant to frighten you. In fact, every single sign I'm going to share with you today, every single one, is something you can actually do something about. And that is the most important message of this video. Stay with me until the very end, because sign number 6 surprises most people, and it may be the most important one of all. Let us begin. Here is a simple test. Right now, I want you to think about the last time you stood up from a chair. Did you spring up easily, or did you need to push yourself up with your hands? Did you feel steady the moment you stood, or did you need a moment to find your balance? This one small action, getting up from a chair, tells doctors and researchers a remarkable amount about your overall health and longevity. Think about 2 men. Both are 74 years old. Harold gets up every morning, walks to the kitchen, and stands up from his chair at the breakfast table without even thinking about it. His legs are strong enough to carry his body without any assistance from his hands. He is steady the moment he rises. Then there is George. George has started to notice that getting up from the sofa takes effort. He reaches for the armrest. He leans forward, pushes down, and for just a second, he wobbles. He laughs it off. He says, "That is just getting old." But what George does not realize is that his body is speaking to him. That wobble, that reliance on his arms to push himself up, these are signs that his leg muscles, his core strength, and his overall physical reserve are declining faster than they should. Researchers who study aging have found that people who can stand up from a chair without using their hands, without any support, tend to live significantly longer than those who cannot. It is called the sitting-rising test, and it is one of the most powerful predictors of longevity ever discovered. But here is the good news. Leg strength is something you can rebuild. Chair exercises, gentle squats, walking, even just standing up and sitting down 10 times a day can make a meaningful difference over weeks and months. Your muscles respond to use at any age, so do not ignore this sign. If getting up from a chair is becoming harder, your body is asking you to take action. This one surprises people every single time. When I ask seniors to name signs they watch for in their health, almost nobody mentions this. But scientists and doctors consider it one of the most telling early indicators of what is happening inside the brain. Your sense of smell. Think back. When is the last time you truly smelled something and it stopped you? The way freshly baked bread used to fill a whole room, or the way rain on summer grass had its own special feeling in your nose? Has food started tasting a little different? A little less vivid than it used to? Margaret is 76 years old. She still loves to cook. When she walks into her kitchen and begins making soup, she can smell each vegetable she adds, the herbs she crushes between her fingers, the warmth of the broth. She finds deep pleasure in those smells. They are vivid and real to her. Her neighbor Dorothy, also 76, has noticed something over the past 2 years. Food does not smell the same way anymore. She has to add more salt because things taste bland. She walked past a bakery last spring and realized she could not really smell the bread the way she used to. She assumed it was just age. What Dorothy may not know is that a declining sense of smell after 70 has been strongly linked in research to early neurological changes, including changes associated with conditions like Parkinson's disease and cognitive decline. The olfactory nerve, which carries smell signals to the brain, is one of the first pathways affected when certain neurological changes begin. What Dorothy may not know is that a declining sense of smell after 70 has been strongly linked in research to early neurological changes, including changes associated with conditions like Parkinson's disease and cognitive decline. The olfactory nerve, which carries smell signals to the brain, is one of the first pathways affected when certain neurological changes begin. What matters is the degree of change, and whether it has shifted noticeably in recent years. Consider two women, both 72 years old. Eleanor has always run a little warm, but even she has noticed that over the past year or two, she feels the cold more than she used to. She mentioned it to her doctor, who checked her thyroid function, her circulation, and her iron levels. Adjustments were made. Eleanor now manages the issue and feels much better. Her friend Ruth, on the other hand, has been cold for years and never mentioned it to anyone. She bought more blankets. She turned the heat up higher. She wore layers indoors. But what she did not do was ask why. Feeling persistently cold, especially in the hands and feet after 70, can be a signal of several underlying conditions worth investigating. Poor circulation, thyroid dysfunction, anemia, and even heart function issues can all express themselves this way. None of these things should be ignored. If you have noticed that you are significantly colder than you used to be, or that cold temperatures affect you far more than they once did, this is a conversation worth having with your doctor. Your comfort matters, but more importantly, the reason behind that coldness matters, because finding it early can make an enormous difference. If you are still watching and finding this helpful, please comment the number 3 below. It helps us know you are here, and it helps this video reach more people who need to hear this. When did you last write something by hand? A birthday card, a grocery list, a note to a friend? And when you looked at what you had written, did it look the same as it did 10 years ago? Handwriting is a surprisingly powerful window into neurological health. It requires a remarkable number of systems working in coordination: fine motor control, spatial awareness, memory, concentration, and the smooth functioning of the nervous system. When any of these systems begin to falter, handwriting is often one of the first places the change becomes visible. James is 77. He still writes letters to his grandchildren by hand. His handwriting has stayed relatively steady, perhaps a little slower than it once was, but clear and consistent. He finds the act of writing calming. His brother Raymond, also 77, has noticed that his handwriting looks different. His letters are smaller than they used to be. Sometimes the lines drift. Words that used to flow out of his pen smoothly now feel effortful. He has been meaning to mention it to his doctor, but has not gotten around to it. What Raymond may not realize is that a gradual shrinking or change in handwriting, a pattern called micrographia, can be an early neurological signal. It is one of the subtle changes that neurologists watch for. Combined with other signs, it can indicate that the brain and nervous system would benefit from evaluation. Of course, some change in handwriting is entirely normal over time. Arthritis, reduced grip strength, and simple aging of the muscles all play a role. But if your handwriting has changed significantly, if it looks noticeably smaller, shakier, or more difficult than it did a few years ago, it is worth bringing up with your doctor. You are not being overly cautious. You are being wise. This is one that most people have never considered. Not in the context of health, anyway. How do you react when something surprises you? A door slamming, a phone ringing suddenly, someone calling your name from another room. Do you startle easily? Does your heart race? Do you find that sudden sounds or unexpected moments leave you feeling shaken for longer than they used to? As we age, the nervous system changes. In a healthy, well-rested person with a well-regulated nervous system, the startle response, that sudden jolt when something surprises you, resolves quickly. The heart rate returns to normal. The body calms within seconds. But in people whose nervous systems are under more strain, whether from chronic stress, poor sleep, cardiovascular strain, or other health factors, the startle response is amplified and slower to resolve. The body takes longer to return to calm. And when this happens repeatedly, day after day, it adds up. Vera is 73. She has always been a calm person. Even now, when something startles her, she takes a breath, her heart settles, and within a few seconds she has moved on. Her nervous system is resilient. Her friend Lorraine, also 73, has noticed that she startles very easily. A car horn outside makes her heart pound. A sudden noise in the house makes her anxious for several minutes afterward. She has mentioned to her daughter that she feels jumpy lately, but assumed it was just nerves. What Lorraine is experiencing may be more than nerves. An amplified startle response in older adults has been linked to elevated cortisol levels, cardiovascular strain, disrupted sleep patterns, and anxiety, all of which are manageable when identified. If you have noticed that you are startling more easily, or that it takes longer to feel calm after a surprise, this is worth exploring. Your nervous system is telling you something. I told you sign 6 would surprise most people, and this one almost always does. Are you still dreaming? Can you remember your dreams in the morning, even vaguely? And if you dream, have your dreams changed? Are they more vivid than they used to be? More disturbing? Or perhaps you have stopped remembering your dreams at all? Dreams happen during a specific stage of sleep called REM sleep, rapid eye movement sleep. This is the stage when your brain is remarkably active, processing memories, emotions, and the experiences of the day. It is one of the most important stages of sleep for brain health, emotional regulation, and even immune function. Research has increasingly shown that disruptions in REM sleep, including changes in dream intensity or a loss of dreaming, are connected to significant health changes in older adults. Some studies have found that vivid, acting out dreams where a person physically moves or speaks during sleep can be an early marker of certain neurological conditions, appearing years before other symptoms. Arthur is 75. He still dreams most nights. He often cannot remember exactly what the dream was about, but he knows he dreamed. He wakes up feeling like his mind has been working while he slept. His sleep feels deep and restorative. His friend William, also 75, has stopped dreaming, or at least, he has stopped remembering dreams entirely. He also sometimes wakes up feeling exhausted, even after a full night in bed. His wife has mentioned that he seems restless at night, occasionally talking in his sleep or making movements she has not seen before. These changes matter. They are worth discussing with a doctor. Sleep medicine has advanced enormously, and many of the issues that disrupt REM sleep, including sleep apnea, restless leg syndrome, and REM behavior disorder, are treatable. Do not assume that poor sleep is simply the price of getting older. It is not, and protecting your sleep is one of the most powerful things you can do for the length and quality of your life. These 6 silent signs, from the way you rise from a chair to the hidden messages in your dreams, are your body's way of asking for attention. None of them are sentences. They are opportunities to take action today for a stronger tomorrow. Thank you for spending this time with me today. If this video spoke to you, if something here resonated or surprised you, please leave a comment below and share which sign you will be paying attention to. Your words matter to us. They help us know that this work is reaching the people who need it. And if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, please do, and turn on the bell so you never miss a video. We create these for you, for your health, your wisdom, and your future.